Okay, guys, I'm going to share Matt from Quantum of Conscience and his latest video down below regarding the Mandela effect. And this rundown is so good and it makes so much sense for those of you who are Mandela affected. And interesting to note that there is a phenomenon within the Mandela effect in which things actually flip-flop back and forth in terms of how we remember them. And I recently had this happen to me. A couple of days ago, I watched a video. It wasn't related to the Mandela effect at all, but this person was talking about Tiananmen Square and the Tank Man. Now, this one flip-flopped probably multiple times, according to some people that I've spoken to, including people I've spoken to on Reddit, who say that they've noticed what happened to him flip-flop next multiple times. It's the iconic image of a man holding a bag, standing in front of a tank in China during the Tiananmen Square protests, in which 10,000 people died, by the way. The initial narrative, which is the one that I've always known about, as far as I can remember, was that nobody knows what happened to him. We just know about this image, and the aftermath is unknown. And it was left at that as the official narrative. But for at least several years, the narrative was that he was run over. I even remember recently, not even a year ago, learning about it or reading something about it in which the official narrative was that the tank man was run over. Then it changed again to something like he was arrested and his identity was revealed. Then it changed again to what it is now, to where his identity is unknown and nobody knows what happened to him. Now, what could possibly be causing these flip-flops, I don't know. It is truly astonishing. And I'm far from alone in this. I just wanted to make that clear. In the Mandela effect in general, obviously. So there's something really weird going on with that specific moment in history. Another thing that's flip-flopped several times is Fruit Loops. FRUIT or FROOT, from what I read about has gone back and forth several times. Now, gonna completely switch subjects out of the blue right now. I know it's very random, but I've just been meditating on this a lot. This idea of will the soul ever be satisfied in its eternal existence? Will we ever stop incarnations and exploring physical realms? Or will we be lured or compelled to continue this process forever? Or perhaps the better way of saying it is that we have been doing this forever. And I've been really meditating on this because it's somewhat troubling to me. It's troubling to my mind and to my soul, coming to the realization that there is no finish line towards spiritual evolution. it seems to be an unattainable, unreachable goal for the simple sake that there is no goal. I don't think there is. We're in this bizarre collective process of experience and internalization of that experience over and over and over. What is to be discovered of this? All the roads point to, we fold back into one, right? So we find ourselves back down and we have to climb ourselves back up into pure oneness and love. And after we reach that point, we start this process again, where we climb back down into the void, into the darkness, only to find ourselves spiraling back upwards. Are there souls who have reached the point where they will never incarnate again in all their eternal existence? I believe there are. And it all depends on every soul's individual journey. Many will incarnate forever, and many more will not. And there are still many more that have never incarnated into physical planes. Those we call the angels. But again, there are some elements to this that are kind of troubling. Existence itself is just such a mystery to me. It doesn't matter. Even to the agnostic atheist or to the hardcore believer, life is equally as mysterious from either perspective. Now, atheists are wrong to assume that, oh, it's easy for you, you just said God did it. No. That makes things infinitely more complex than the oversimplified explanation of randomness stemming from nothing for no reason. The infinite mind is far more complex and mysterious. That is part of the reason why we will incarnate forever, many of us, in this reconfiguration process of replenishing our being in this downward spiral back to an upward spiral. I don't want to go back here and relive this life, though. I can't see myself doing that. Now, there are many places that I've witnessed in my dreams and visions that I would absolutely love to incarnate to. And probably already am, since there is no time, right? And since I'm already thinking about that now, I've already planted the seed in doing that in the future. A place like this is a different story. I will definitely have second thoughts on reincarnating to a place where horror has no limits. It has no boundaries. And suffering has no limits. There's something terribly wrong here. There's no doubt about that. So I don't want that deja vu. I don't want eons of time to pass only to find myself back here again. And I hope that won't be the case. But everything is in cycles, though. Perhaps it'll be another avatar of myself because we know this game is going to replay itself forever. But it certainly won't be my soul. So, if there's no finish line and there's no goal, then I sometimes wonder why incarnate to begin with. Ever thought about that? Why are we not satisfied and fulfilled just being in that pureness and love in the totality of the eternal mind? Is God struggling? Is the eternal mind struggling? And is that struggle being expressed through us somehow? It's a question we can ponder, but we won't have the answer to, at least not now. I've mentioned this in videos before. I don't have the answer. But life just exists, so it can. So be it. See you later.